Welcome to your Tech News Today, a podcast about keeping you informed and empowered by giving you the latest tech stories that impact your daily life. We'll get started in just a moment. Right now, we'd like to recognize our partners who help make this podcast possible. It's Monday, November 26th. I'm Mike James. In just a bit, we'll tell you about Cyber Monday scams you need to be aware of, plus how a change to Google Maps could hit your bank account, and smartphones with 16 lenses. All that and more coming up today in Tech News Today. We start with Cyber Monday and warnings about scam. This year's Cyber Monday is expected to be the biggest online shopping day ever. Adobe Analytics is predicting $7.8 billion will be spent today. And with that, people are going to get scammed. Amazon is a popular spot to shop and a popular spot for crooks to try to trick you. There are a couple of scams you need to watch out for today or anytime you're shopping online. Some scammers will send you a text message, email, or a pop-up window on your computer saying you've won a gift card to a major retailer. So what you need to do, of course, is share your information, which is then stolen and used, and you never get that gift card. Another scam you'll see is about shipping. So many of us use Amazon this time of year, and it's not too out of the question to expect a package every once in a while. So scammers send out emails saying your package is delayed or there is some verification that they need in order for you to get your order. So you share your information, for example, a credit card number that you used to pay for the order with, and there you go, another loss of your information. Another popular ploy is the phantom order scam. These emails are meant to get you clicking by pretending you ordered thousands of dollars of merchandise. Obviously, you see that big number and you start clicking because you don't want your bank account to get hit. And when you get any kind of email or text from a retailer, do not click any links. Just go to the actual store website and look it up there or connect with their customer service through the website. Also, when you shop online, it's best to use a credit card instead of a debit card. You can dispute charges on a credit card, but when you spend that debit card money, it's gone. And don't forget to stop by Commando.com as you're online shopping for a Commando fan in your family. Well, as people are spending the day shopping online, numbers are in on what we spent for Black Friday, and according to Adobe Analytics, it was a record day, $6.2 billion spent on Black Friday. That's Black Friday and Thanksgiving also. And that's up by more than 23% from last year. More of us are shopping online and more of us with our smartphones. Also, about 33.5% of online sales were from mobile devices for a total of more than $2 billion as opposed to last year where there was just over 29% of sales from smartphones. What were people buying? Well, laptops and streaming TV boxes topped the list, such as Roku, Chromecast, and Amazon Fire TV. Video games were also selling like hotcakes, with Red Dead Redemption 2, Let's Go Pikachu, and God of War leading the pack. Just ahead, another scam that involves Google searches and your banking information. Right now, let's talk about one of the most important and easiest healthy habits we can do for ourselves, and that is brushing our teeth daily. Studies show that up to 90% of us don't brush for a full 2 minutes, and that 3 out of 4 use bristles that are too old, worn out, and ineffective. That's why I love the Quip electronic toothbrush, because with Quip, I don't have those issues. It has a built-in 2-minute timer that pulses every 30 seconds to remind me when to switch sides, and you can actually feel the difference in your mouth. Brush heads are automatically delivered on a dentist-recommended schedule every 3 months for just $5. Quip is one of the first electronic toothbrushes accepted by the American Dental Association and has thousands of verified 5-star reviews. Quip starts at just $25, and if you go to getquip.com/Kim right now, you get your first refill pack for free with a Quip electronic toothbrush. That's your first refill pack free at getquip.com/Kim. Well, here's a new scam that's causing people to give up their bank details. We've all used Google Maps, and sometimes we use them to get information about someplace where we're heading, or find store hours, or even make reservations. Well, the thing about Google Maps is that it lets people submit changes and corrections to settings, and that is letting scammers change telephone numbers on banks. You get the picture. What crooks are doing is luring people into calling the banks for information. It's not the real bank, though, that they're calling. It's the scammer's phone number that they have swapped out on Google Maps. They'll then be told they need to verify some information, like an account number, PINs, or other sensitive information. When they get that information, they just turn around and empty the poor person's account. What you should do to protect yourself? Well, don't trust phone numbers on Google Maps, first of all. It's just too easy for crooks to change. So go to your bank's website to find any phone numbers and other information that you need. And when you're trying to reach your bank, a better bet would be to call the phone number on the back of your debit or credit card. Here's kind of a depressing story that really shows that healthcare costs in this country are a little bit out of control. One woman in Michigan named Hedda Martin found that she had congestive heart failure after being treated for breast cancer. Doctors wanted her to get a life-saving procedure while she was waiting for a heart transplant. This past September, the Heart Transplant Committee at Transplant Hospital in Grand Rapids told Hedda that she was not a candidate for a transplant anymore. Not because she was suddenly well, but because she couldn't afford it. They said she needed, quote, a more secure financial plan. And then, get this, they recommended that she raise money online to cover the costs, about $10,000 worth. Then they would reconsider the heart transplant. Well, now the hospital, of course, wouldn't comment on this specific case, but said that the process to decide who gets transplants and who doesn't is difficult. They said that, yes, the ability of a patient to pay is part of the process. Well, Hedda posted all about this on Facebook, and people were outraged. I don't really get that. The Transplant Center is a for-profit center, and as long as they're in business, they help more people get more transplants. Her daughter did post a fundraiser on GoFundMe, and it seems to have worked. They've raised more than $11,000. No word yet if the hospital has put her back on the transplant list. Now, a new wrinkle for smartphones that could be on the way soon. Most of us use our smartphones to text or even sometimes call people. Remember calling people? Yeah, this a while back. But it seems like for most people, the main function of their phone is to take photos these days. Whether it's the latest selfie for Facebook, your latest dinner on Instagram, the latest phones have been concentrating on making your photos better. Huawei has a phone with 3 cameras, and Samsung's Galaxy S10 is rumored to have now 6 cameras. Well, now there's news that an even bigger upgrade is coming. A patent for LG indicates that the company is working on a phone with, get this, 16 lenses. Count them, 16 photo lenses. They would be arranged in a 4x4 matrix so you could take photos with multiple perspectives, or you could combine the photos to make the best shot. The way that this works is you'd be able to alter the angle of the photo with your finger until you found the best one. Or if you're taking photos of a person, facial recognition on your phone would find the most flattering version and then save that picture. The camera also would be connected to a mirror. Why? Well, so you could take a selfie with the back of the phone, which always is a better camera anyway. Another wrinkle in the patent would be a display on the back and speaker too to create stereo sound. They're going to call it the Narcissist. Oh no, that's not true. LG isn't saying anything more about it or when it might come out, but there you go. Narcissists everywhere are very excited about it. Up next, we tell you about 7 Minutes of Terror. Right now, a quick thank you to our friends who help make this podcast possible. So 7 Minutes of Terror awaits, but not for anybody shopping online on Cyber Monday. We're talking about a NASA lander that's about to land on Mars. It's taking aim at the red planet for the latest mission. NASA's InSight lander must hit a precise spot in the atmosphere and then glide down with a supersonic parachute and land safely on 3 legs. The process is called entry, descent, and landing, but informally it's called 7 Minutes of Terror, as mission managers back at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory in California sweat it out, waiting to see if the lander makes it. It's nerve-wracking because fewer than half the missions sent to Mars have made it to their destination. The $800 million mission will study Mars' deep interior. If it does make it, it's the latest shot at the planet since the successful Curiosity mission that started 6 years ago. All right, so good news over the weekend. The wildfires in California have been contained. They're not fully out, but first responders have the fires surrounded and are bringing the awful disaster to a close. Experts think sparks from a power line started the brush fire that got bigger as it blew towards a little town called Paradise. But that hasn't stopped conspiracy theorists from spreading like wildfire themselves on YouTube. They're blaming a whole host of conspiracies like laser beams, energy weapons, and other crazy theories. They say that lasers are being used from airplanes to start fires under the direction of the United Nations. These crazy video bloggers are using pictures taken out of context and other false stories to spread their crazy conspiracy theories. It wouldn't be so bad if so many people didn't go to YouTube for news. A study has found that 38% of adults say YouTube is a good source for news, and more than 50% say that YouTube helps them understand what's happening in the world. Now remember, anybody can put up a video saying anything they want, and if you've looked around YouTube at all, you'll see all sorts of wild videos and theories. The fire conspiracy videos are getting millions of views each. Now, YouTube has been used like this before. Videos called the Parkland shooting a fake has been used to push the reborn flat earth theory. And remember how so-called truthers have loaded up on the site with videos claiming that 9/11 was pulled off by the government, not terrorists? The upshot, if you didn't know it already, you can't believe everything you see on YouTube. Remember, just go to real news sites for your news. By the way, once you're done listening to our podcast, do us a favor and share it with your friends and family. It helps other people find us, and we do thank you for that. And finally, for today's Commando Kicker, one airline worker needs to pick a better place to sneak in a nap. On an American Airlines flight from Kansas City to Chicago recently, an airline employee accidentally fell asleep in the forward cargo hold of the plane. The flight landed safely at the Chicago O'Hare International Airport, where the employee was discovered. When the flight arrived at the gate, he wasn't hurt, but he did say he had a few drinks down there. He wasn't charged over the accidental flight and nap, but American Airlines is very concerned, and should be, trying to find out how he ended up sleeping on the job, literally. For more fun and interesting facts, go to commando.com and search for the Commando Kicker. And that's your tech news today. Don't forget to check out our other podcasts at podnet.com or on your favorite podcast player by searching KOMANDO. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.